The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Ice baths, polar plunges, what's wrong with you people? It's your old pal Cody from Cody's Auto Body. Newsflash, it's winter. Whether it's for a health craze or to raise money for the ladies' auxiliary, it seems people out there think it's a good idea to go outside, strip down, and pretend to be a polar bear or a penguin. What happened to sitting beside the fire, drinking, and adding on a few pounds to keep insulated until spring? Call me crazy, but how about we try not getting naked outside for a few months? Stay warm, stay safe on the road. As always,
that's Cody's with a T for trust.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Powered Beck and Matzareff Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, where tonight I am your host, Drew Pitzer, joined by my co-host, Dylan Bishop, where we are at Gilbert B. Miller Center, home of the Hedgesville Eagles, as they play host to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We'll go ahead and get right into the pregame show, Dylan, which is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems. They have provided custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, and audio-video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com for more information. And Dylan, the rivalry, it's been renewed. You know, Martinsburg versus Hedgesville, a little bit down here for both sides, 3-7, and it's hard to believe that we're getting close to February. Neither one of these teams have a win in conference. You know, what do you think is going to be the key for both of these sides to really get out there and get their first win in the EPAC?
Well, you know, both of these teams are very inexperienced this year. On the Martinsburg side, Coach Rogers has told us about how only one player on the roster had varsity experience coming into the season. And it's not much different on the Hedgesville side this year, where they've got multiple starters who are freshmen. McCabe Corbin, I think, leading the team this year as the best player, is a freshman himself. So both of these sides have, you know, defensive mentalities, defensive perspectives from their coaches, that they lead forward with their defense, which is going to make things tough for both sides here that have had some trouble scoring this year. But Martinsburg in particular, I think, at least has the size advantage tonight with Micah Green coming in at 6'9", 240 pounds. That's a matchup that a lot of teams are going to have issue with, and Hedgesville is going to be one of those tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Martinsburg's coming in averaging 57 points a night, while Hedgesville's only averaging 45. But on the contrary, you see Hedgesville, they look like they're really starting to play well. Really tough contest against Washington the other night, and Martinsburg really compete against Martinsburg. And, you know, for 30 out of the 32-minute game, they really outplayed them. I thought that for sure they were going to come out with a W, but nonetheless, 0-3 conference record for both sides, 3-7. Just side by side, almost exactly the same. But we're going to take a quick 2-minute commercial break and be right back. Thank you for watching Talk Radio WRNR.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
And welcome back, everyone, to Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, where now we're going to get into the coaches interview segment, which is brought to you by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons Ford. Make sure you check them out today. And we'll go ahead and get right into this coaches interview, starting with Kelly Church, and then coming right up after that is Coach Dave Rogers. Thank you again.
We're here with Coach Church of the Hedgesville Eagles. Coach, we saw you guys earlier in the week down at Washington. I want to get your thoughts on that performance on Tuesday first.
Well, first of all, we played them a week before that game, so obviously a vast improvement. When we played them the first time, we struggled to get the ball in balance half the time, struggled to get it across midcourt. We literally looked like we were panicked a big part of the game. We adjusted a little bit at halftime, and whether people believe it or not, like I'm friends with a lot of guys on their staff, and they used to be here. They weren't being jerks by pressing us in the second half, and I encouraged it. Like, we're not going to get any better at handling this stuff until we get better at handling it. I mean, and we do lots of things to simulate what it's like in practice, but the reality of it is we don't have the same kind of athletes. We don't have the same kind of length, and so it's hard for us to simulate. So we do it as much as we can. The only way we're going to get better is experiencing it during games and trying to grow. So, obviously we shot the ball well. We didn't look nearly as passive against the press, and it sped us up, but we were fortunate enough to make shots. So, at the half, it was a three-point game, and to be honest, I was disappointed we weren't tied her up. We had a couple breakdowns that we usually don't have with our kids. If we get to the right spot and do the right thing, and the other team's just bigger, stronger, faster, like as a coach, I'll be happy with my guys. When we don't get to the right spot, we don't try to do the right thing, then that's not okay. So I think we're growing, trying to get better every day. I'm really proud of our guys.
Martinsburg comes in here tonight. Obviously, it's a big-time rivalry, Martinsburg and Hedgesville. What have your thoughts been on Martinsburg this season, and your thoughts overall going up against Coach Rogers and the Bulldogs?
Well, I mean, obviously, I try to say it every time I get interviewed by anybody. If people don't pay respect to the fact that he's the winningest coach in West Virginia high school basketball history, I think they're doing a disservice. And so I know he's older now. It won't be long before I'm the way older one. He works really hard at it. Obviously, he's got a great staff. He added some young guys. But they got, Marcellus is as adept as anybody. I mean, he's a great coach. And last year our community, our basketball team made a donation when Marcellus was sick, and I hadn't seen him face to face. We had texts and stuff. He made sure he came in as soon as they walked in our building, came over, shook my hand, warm embrace, hugged me, told me thank you. It meant the world to him. And so, like, basketball aside, basketball is the excuse for the relationships. I say it all the time. So I couldn't be any happier with our guys, and glad that, from a competitive edge, having Marcellus back's not great for us. He's a good coach, but the other side of it is, I'm happy for him and his family that he's back doing what he loves. In terms of the game itself and the rivalry, and it's more intense when both teams are top 5 in the state, and we've been that way a number of times, throughout all these matchups. And right now, his team is young until he looks at our team. And then his team all of a sudden looks really experienced and old. And so, it's one of those things. Like, they're growing, trying to get better every day. We're doing the same thing. And, I watched their JV team warm up. And, their JV team is twice as big as our varsity team. And so it's just one of those things, man. Our kids are going to have to, fight through it, grow, get as, strong as they can in the offseason. Well, right now, like I joke with our guys beforehand, like, how unbelievably kind is it that, Martinsburg, Coach Rogers was willing to bring his team over here and help us practice against press break for the next, 32 minutes. Because that's what we're going to get. We're going to work on press break for 32 minutes against an extremely athletic, talented team. That'll help us hopefully get better as time goes on.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Sure, I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for being here.
We're here with Coach Rogers of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, as the season goes along, your young guys get a little more experienced. You had a game against Washington when they came to your home floor just a little bit ago where you gave them a fight and you guys were up going into that fourth quarter, and eventually they ended up getting it done. As the season goes on, what do you like from your team? Where do you feel like the most improvement still needs to be made?
Well, the kids are working hard. I don't think there's any question. Our power is inside with Micah Green. The thing about the Washington game was we did not handle the clock management correctly, and we turned it over too many times. So, you gotta be able to salt a game away. Again, that comes with youth, but we're midway through the season, so that's got to go out the window. I just want our kids to come and play hard. We went to Beckley the other night, did not play well. I know it's a long trip, but you can't make excuses. You got to get the job done. Hedgesville is like us. We're the 2 youngest teams in the EPAC, and we both are having growing pains, but, it's going to be a great one here tonight. They've got some kids that can shoot the ball, and we've got to go out and do our job.
What have you seen specifically from Micah Green so far this season and as it's gone on that you feel like you can sit here and say that a lot of your power comes through him?
Well, Micah is 6'9" and he can score around the basket. And then when you try to double team him, he's good enough to pass it out to a shooter. And Micah, when he stays out of foul trouble, his problem is, like, he had the first 8 points in Beckley, and he gets in foul trouble, so he has to sit out a quarter and a half. And then they took the game over. So, he just has to be smart. He has to build a wall. He has to stay on the floor because we need Micah on the floor, and then we can get the ball to our shooters.
You mentioned Hedgesville being young like you guys. What have you seen so far from the Eagles this year that you feel like you're going to focus on tonight?
Well, I think they do a good job, and they run their offenses, and they set their shooters up. So, we've got to be aware of where their shooters are. When they set those screens, we've got to be able to fight through those screens or switch those screens, and just, you have to take care of the basketball. So hopefully we can put some pressure defensively, and we'll see what comes out.
Finally, I spoke to Coach Church just before coming over to speak with you. Talked about a little bit about the history of Martinsburg versus Hedgesville. It's a big-time rivalry for a lot of people. What's your relationship like with Coach Church and just the history of Martinsburg and Hedgesville? What's your perspective on it?
Well, on the floor, we both want to win. Off the floor, you got to be gentlemen, and we are, and we're cordial. And it's like any other coach. It's we're all out here to do a job, and if you do your job, you're going to have fun with the kids. You're going to be successful, and I think both of us have been successful.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thanks for the time, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, Coach Rogers and Coach Church from Hedgesville, Martinsburg, for giving us a quick word. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break before we come back with the keys of the game and the starting lineups. Thank you for watching TV10 WRNR Talk Radio.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
And welcome back, everyone, to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR. And again, Dylan, we're going to go right into it with the Hagerstown Ford keys of the game. They're revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online and they will deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they will take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. And I'll go ahead and kind of knock it out real quick. You know, I look at both sides, both young, both inexperienced. But I think for Martinsburg, what Coach Rogers already said, got to get inside to Green, see if he can make some plays. And if you're Hedgesville, you're going to have to front him and not let them get the ball inside. And defensively, now I know they don't want to slow down the game necessarily, but they're going to have to junk it up if they want to compete with an athletic and fast Martinsburg team, Dylan.
Yeah, and for me, Martinsburg, the key for me is going to be them staying out of foul trouble. Micah Green in particular, but those shooters in Cody Chalice and Braden Amsler as well. They need those guys in the half court to be able to knock down those shots, especially when Micah Green gets a double team, which is inevitably going to come. And for Hedgesville, it's going to be that press break. Can they get into the half court, set up their offense? Can they get past these really athletic and defensive-minded guards for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I completely agree, man. And, you know, we're going to take one final timeout before we get into the starting lineups. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Hello, Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare insurance agency. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. Medicare plans have changed drastically this year. We are here to help you with a no-charge review of your coverage. Don't get taken advantage of by a call center. Call us at 304-283-0864. Stay local with Bodwell Insurance Solutions.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
And welcome back, everyone, to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR. Again, Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop, we're your hosts tonight, and we're going to go ahead and get right into the starting five, which is brought to you by Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Realty Results, looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call Larry DeMarco's team at 304-262-4222 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. And we're going to take a quick pause while we listen to the national anthem. Thank you again.
Cadet First Lieutenant Robert Knapp. Cadet Airman First Class Emily Machado. Cadet Airman Mackenzie Whitmer.
Again, that was our beautiful national anthem presented by Hedgesville Color Guard. We already went over Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Starting five, Martinsburg starters is number 3, Cody Chalice, number 5, Nakeem Thompson, number 15, Braden Amsler, number 22, Boston Todd, and number 23, Micah Green. And for Hedgesville, you have McCabe Corbin, Drew Berman, Brendan Townshend, Kyle Rhodes, and Carter Boyd. And, before we get into the opening tip, I think this is just a great opportunity to say, man, I just love being here at Hedgesville High School, playing against Martinsburg. The rivalry never gets old. Over 28 years now. Coach Church isn't even the longest tenured coach in the area. It's actually Coach Rogers, and I just think these two have such a connection, and they're the last of a dying breed, Dylan. I think there's not many coaches like these guys anymore.
There's not. It's a different mentality, and you don't see a whole lot of it. The last of a dying breed is a good way to put it. And it's fun to see these guys come out here and these teams with a lot of times a more old school mentality coming out and playing against each other, and it gets a lot of people to come out here. I think even you've probably seen in prior years the gym even more filled than this, but even with these teams both below 500, we got a lot of people in here tonight.
Yeah, well over 1,000, and I would say both sides will be filled up here soon. And now we have opening tip brought to you by Fort Evans Archery. Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit them online at fortevans.com. And Martinsburg, they come up with the tip. Chalice with the ball, gets it inside. Then Micah Green, couple backdoor cuts right there. Got a one-on-one isolation look with Micah Green on the block. Good pass out there. That is Nakeem Thompson. He gets that inside to Boston Todd. Back to Green. Green's up, and that is no good. Looks like that was deflected off a Hedgesville player. Looks like Carter Boyd just didn't come up with it. That will retain Martinsburg possession. And Dylan, you can already see early and often they're going to want to get Micah Green underneath the basket to see if he can make some plays.
Absolutely. He's going to have to make some good passes if the double teams come.
And there's Green right there. You see that is number 15, Braden Amsler, who goes up, misses the floater, gets a rebound right back. Martinsburg already getting early and often offensive rebounds. So you got Todd with the ball, standout football player, the best athlete in the state. He gets it off to Amsler. Amsler's three is up, and that is no good. Pulls down the rebound. Todd just comes up with it, but knocks it out of bounds. Now Hedgesville will get possession.
This is going to be a tough defensive matchup. I'd be surprised if a team scored 50 points tonight. Colin was saying this, and 50 points and still end up losing the game.
Right, of course. I mean, like you said, both these sides struggle to score, but they can put some points up in a hurry. McCabe Corbin, the freshman, really had a great night, especially in the first half against Washington the other night. As you see Corbin with the ball, he gets that over to the corner. That's number 11, Brandon Townshend. Ball gets deflected out of bounds. Will stay Hedgesville basketball. And right here, this is Coach Church's bread and butter. He loves the sideline out-of-bounds plays. Gets a lot of easy looks. He would love to score 6 to 8 points a game off of either baseline out-of-bounds plays or sideline out-of-bounds plays to see what they can do. Is almost a 5-second call. Gets right to 4 seconds, and that's Townshend. He has the ball. Gets that over to the corner. That's Boyd with the basketball. Townshend back with the ball again. Back to Boyd. Playing two-man game right there. Great pass. That goes right to number 10, Jude Berman. Just no good. Way fight for the basketball right there as Todd comes up with possession. He brings the ball down the floor, kicks that in the corner to Amsler. Amsler looking to drive, and that is good. Amsler gets Martinsburg on the board here. 6:34 left to go here in this first quarter, and Martinsburg's token full court press, which Hedgesville did a really good job against Washington the other night in containing that and getting a lot of easy looks. And now you see Berman, he has the basketball, brings it up, gives it over to Boyd. Corbin's having a tough time getting the ball. You're really shadowing him toughly. Great backdoor pass right there, but gets deflected underneath. That was number 5, Nakeem Thompson. Gets that in the corner to Chalice. Chalice threes up, and that's nothing but bottoms. Straight 5-0 here. 6 minutes left to go. The Bulldogs are up early.
You're going to have to find reasons to not let Hedgesville double Micah Green. That's part of it. Cody Chalice hitting those threes.
Yeah, for sure. And see how Hedgesville will respond. That three is up, and that is good. That is number 11. Brendan Townshend gets Hedgesville on the board. 2-point game now as we're underneath 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Todd bringing the ball down the floor. Gets that over to Amsler. Back to Todd. See the high screen and roll action right there. Slips the screen. Amsler taking it again. Kicks that in the corner. Thompson looking to drive. Gets to the rim. The 2-foot floater is up, and that is good. So 3 buckets, 3 different scores from Martinsburg. That's what Coach Rogers would love to see is they're up 2 possessions right now, 7-3.
They got a smaller lineup from Martinsburg, not starting Kamar Green, starting Todd and Nakeem Thompson. It's worked out so far.
Yeah, I really like the adjustments right here. Really young and athletic and fast. And they can shoot. It's a shooter-friendly lineup as Corbin's three is up and just hits the front of the rim, brought down by big fella Micah Green. You see Martinsburg not afraid to push it. Typical, even in a down year, they're going to get up and down the floor and get a lot of possessions. Great pass there inside of Green. Green comes up with it, stays with the basketball. That is good. That is now 4 points for Green, 3 rebounds as well.
Man, that's big and strong Micah Green. They came with the double team. He just held on to the ball with that grip strength and fought through it.
Yeah, I mean, he was so huge against Washington, and really, 30 out of 32 minutes, Martinsburg was in complete control. Unfortunately, missing free throws down the stretch really cost him that game. That's why they're still 0-3 in conferences. Todd comes up with a rebound. That is also his 3rd rebound of the game. Gets it up to Amsler. Amsler's three is up, and that is no good. Brought down there by Boyd. Gets it up to Corbin. Corbin's pushing up the right side of the floor. He's guarded there by Chalice. Looking to make a play. Isolation. Tries to get to the rim. Loses a little control of the basketball. Double team right there, and that is stolen away by Amsler. Amsler looking to push. A little bit of contact right there. Amsler's left-hand floater's up, and that is no good. I thought, man, if he made that, that's something different in his bag.
Right. The shot selection for Martinsburg is going to be important. They have a tendency to take some shots that they don't need to take, could pass it around and get an easier look.
Yeah, basketball IQ and overall shot selection is something that they'll learn from, especially being a young team, as that is turned over right there by Berman. And good coast-to-coast layup right there. That is Amsler. He is up to 5 early on. And Martinsburg up by 8 points, just underneath 4 minutes here in this first quarter.
Hedgesville just can't really find anything on offense yet, and the speed of Martinsburg on the other end is letting them get easy points at the basket.
Yeah, Martinsburg's already forced 3 turnovers against Hedgesville, and Martinsburg doesn't have any turnovers of himself. And Corbin, he's going to shoot that from Steph range, and that is good. Wow. McCabe Corbin, the freshman, born in the 2010s, making big plays and big buckets. We have a timeout here by Coach Kelly Church with 3:30 left to go. Let's take a quick timeout of our own. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
And welcome back, everyone, to Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Timeout brought to you by Cody's Auto Body on 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced and certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit them on their Facebook page. And also another first quarter sponsor for us is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Please call them at 304-263-3361 for all your insurance needs. And the way you look at this game, Dylan, it's just already been a game of runs. Martinsburg went on their own little 8-0 run right there. McCade Corbin shooting that from Steph Curry range about 30 feet, letting it fly. The freshman is extremely confident. I think we're in for some fireworks here early and often.
We might be. If Corbin can keep that up all game long, then that's going to keep Hedgesville in this. That's a tough shot. That is pretty low percentage that went in there, and that's only their second bucket. So we'll see how that offense continues.
You see the dribble handoff action to Boston Todd. Just misses Micah Green over his head a little bit, which is surprising considering he's 6'9". I don't know how you even overthrow that. Nonetheless, first turnover by Martinsburg, Hedgesville possession. And we'll go ahead and shout out Hagerstown Ford, the revolutionary in the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online and they will deliver to you. If you don't like it, they will take it back. Visit them online at FordofHagerstown.com. As you see Corbin getting up the floor. He's at the elbow, kicks that in the corner. See Hayden Major checking in for the first time, gets it down to Boyd. The layup's no good, but he gets fouled. First free throw attempts of the game for Hedgesville.
On the other side, I've noticed Boston Todd likes to make a lot of passes where it almost seems like he's trying to hide the fact that he's passing it until the very last second, just kind of flip it out of his hand. A lot of times he gets some turnovers out of that. We saw that against Washington. It's okay, just take your time and make the pass.
And Boyd's first free throw is up and good. And I completely agree. Watching that game back, he did have a couple really nice passes, put his teammates in good position, and he's a natural playmaker. Football, basketball, he makes his teammates better. Just has to learn, again, basketball IQ, making the right play at the right time. The second free throw by Boyd is up and good. As you see Todd bringing the ball down the floor, he gets at the shallows, the dribble handoff action again, coming to a high screen and roll. Got Todd taking it down the floor. Left-hand layup is up and no good, but got big Micah Green down there for his 5th rebound and 6th point of the game. Micah Green just going to be a pain, Hedgesville's side as this game continues to go on. 13-8, 2:50 left to go as McCabe Corbin is now bringing the ball to the floor, guarded by Amsler.
The biggest guy on Hedgesville's team is Carter Boyd at 6'5", 180, and he's a freshman. It's just a different level of size and physicality that Micah Green has.
Yeah, he's strong, he's athletic, and he's also, again, a really good passer as that three is up, and that is good. Number 10, Drew Berman, getting himself on the board with a huge three right now. Hedgesville with 2 big threes, cuts it down to 2, 13-11. With Todd bringing the ball at the floor. He gets that to Thompson. Over to Amsler. See Micah Green. They're fronting him right there, but you got to have somebody in help side. If you don't do that, Micah Green's going to make you pay. Green now up to 8 points. Still 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
He's going to dominate this game. As long as on the defensive end he can go straight up when they get to the rim and not get himself in foul trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Berman's bringing the ball at the floor. And to speak on that, too, if you're going to front him, you have to have somebody help side to make sure he doesn't get an easy layup in front of the rim. As we have a foul right there. That's going to be on Amsler. I believe that is just his first.
Amsler's tried really hard to pick off those passes. It worked out for him earlier, handful of possessions ago, for him to have the easy kind of pick-six layup. And you got to be careful and disciplined with that, though.
For sure. I mean, he has 2 steals. Really has that junkyard dog kind of mentality. He wants to get after it, force turnovers, make you feel him when he's playing defense. And I really love the way he's coming out here and setting the tone. See Berman gets the ball over there. Looks like Townsend has the ball. Great backdoor cut, but another turnover. That's a 5th of the game for Hedgesville already as Thompson takes the ball at the floor, gets a foul, and 1. Count the bucket. 1 free throw at the line. Martinsburg extends their lead 17-11. That's just a great take right there, Dylan.
Absolutely. Nike Thompson's been very impressive. Before Boston Todd joined this team, he was the starting point guard, just really the main ball handler. Todd has really helped things out, but Thompson's been impressive. And these Martinsburg guards are really quick on the perimeter defense, getting in those passing lanes. Hedgesville's got to be really careful with these passes.
And you know Coach Rogers has to be thrilled, seeing the response from his guys after going up to Beckley and losing by almost 30 to come out here in a big rivalry game, to be up by 6 right now and control the game. That's just impressive to see as Nakeem Thompson free throw is good. 18-11 game with 1:44 left. You see how Hedgesville wants to attack this press. We also have another sub. Looks like Demarion Adams is checked into the game. Gets the ball over to Berman. You also got Rhodes checking in as well. He has the ball. Kicks that back over to Marion. Excuse me, as Demarion and Bush. And Corbin has the ball again. He lets the 3 fly, not scared at all, and that is good. Quick trigger, quick 3. Now has 2 already here in this first quarter. Down by 4 now as Boston Todd is bringing the ball down the floor. And you see they're fronting Green, but they're not having somebody in help side. If you're going to do that, you got to make sure somebody's there. And there's a backdoor cut converted in there by number 12, Zion Staley. And we'll see how Hedgesville continues to want to attack this man press. You see the trapping principle. Todd goes over there. Somebody's open and forces yet again another turnover. 7 turnovers for the Eagles early on. Martinsburg only 1, Dylan. And I think they want to have any chance to win this game. They're going to have to cut that out.
The gravity of Micah Green is opening things up for guys like Zion Stanley, and the perimeter defense, the press, is really getting to Hedgesville. I'm impressed with their 3-point shooting for such a young team, but they got to work on some of the other stuff so far.
Yeah, and you live and die by that 3. I know it can keep you in the game, but if you're turning the ball over, and that's going to be a push-off, called on Boston Todd. That is going to be his first foul.
Big thing with Martinsburg is playing under control, and sometimes stuff like that happens when they don't.
Yeah, and being inexperienced and having a lot of younger guys on the floor, too, doesn't necessarily help. But, again, you look at Micah Green. Coach Rogers talked about it. He needed to stay out of foul trouble. Hasn't picked up 1 foul yet. Still a lot of time left in this game. But you got to respect his composure as Hedgesville looking to battle back. Only down by 2 possessions, getting late here in the first quarter. As you see Major, he has the ball, hands that off to Corbin. Corbin comes off the high, screen and roll, looking to make a play happen. Gets it back over to Rhodes. Rhodes kicks that in the corner. That's Berman. Berman has the ball, and we have an offensive foul again. 2 possessions, 2 offensive fouls. A lot of the times these guys want to hook and get by people, and that's going to get you in trouble, especially with this type of crew who's not necessarily going to call it tight, but they're going to call it the right way. You got to play really smart and with some enthusiasm. As Martinsburg, we'll see if they want to take the last possession right here with only 24 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
And they're getting Kai Rhodes for the illegal screen there, it looks like. All right, well, Martinsburg can hold for the last possession.
We'll see. I think they'll take the best shot.
Yeah.
See Thompson, he has the ball. He's guarded there by Major, and right there. Oh, I thought that might have touched Rhodes' hand, but I guess not.
Close. They say Villa tried to kind of spin away from his man.
Yep.
As the pass was coming. Miscommunication there.
So now Hedgesville will have an opportunity for the last shot. The 21st quarter points by the Bulldogs has got to be one of their highest outputs of the seasons. Now we're underneath 10 seconds left to go. Let's see what Berman wants to do with the ball. Yeah, Corbin coming across on the top of the key. Now you got to look down there to Rhodes. Rhodes goes up, takes the midline jumper, and that is no good. So with 2 seconds left to go in this first quarter, we have free throw attempts here by Rhodes. See if he can trim down this margin by the Bulldogs just a little bit here. And Dylan, I'm impressed with both sides with how they came out with intensity. Hedgesville had some turnovers, and Martinsburg really hasn't capitalized on some of those turnovers. But again, this rivalry still renewed regardless of their records.
Yeah, I think Hedgesville's got to be pretty content with the fact that they're going to go into the second quarter, more than likely down by either 5 or 6 points here. I think Martinsburg had the opportunity to open up even further.
Yeah, the way that they forced, like I said, 7 turnovers, and Micah Green had 6 quick points in front of the rim. It could have been a whole lot worse, but Hedgesville really bought back. Is 0 for 2 from the free throw line. We're going to see Schaus take the three-quarter court jumper, and I know it won't be good, but that hit the front of the rim. Again, so at the end of the first quarter, we're going to take a quick commercial break here, a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Everyone to Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10, where the second quarter is about to start. And we want to thank Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Son, a family-owned, full-service funeral home proudly serving the area since 1880, and also Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road, online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, please visit them today. Let's see. Berman about to get the ball in. Now you have the half-court pressure. Gets the ball into Boyd. Kicks it back over to Berman. And now, second quarter is underway. Berman looking to attack Thompson. He gets that over in the corner to Major. Major back to Boyd at the top of the key. Little dribble handoff action to Corbin. Corbin's going to let another three fly. Is it good? And it is good. McCabe Corbin with 3 threes in the first half. 9 quick points, really keeping Hedgesville steady along as Todd brings the ball down the floor. He gets that to Thompson, and you see Micah Green trying to get a post touch, and Carter Boyd got his hands full trying to keep him fronted. There's a good take right there from Boyd, or excuse me, from Todd. A+ move, D- finish. Hedgesville ball. 7:20 left to go here in this first half. See, Berman.
He's got to be more under control.
Yep, absolutely. He makes a lot of great plays. He just has to finish at the rim. You see Todd pushing the Amsler. Looks like he had his temp right there. He's going to let it fly. Is he that guy? And no good. Touched everything but bottoms as Boyd picks it up, and that is going to be a foul on Schaus. That'll be his first team foul here in this second quarter.
Well, the Martinsburg offense is at least more impressive than I thought. Maybe Hedgesville could slow them down a little more. We're on pace to break that sort of, both teams might hit 50 tonight, as we kind of mentioned earlier. We'd be surprised if somebody hit 50 and lost. They might have already, they're past that pace at the moment at the very least.
Yeah, but again, both these sides kind of go through laws where they struggle to score. I'm still saying the first team to 50 will win the game.
There you go.
As Major gets the ball deflected right there. And that's Martinsburg. Number 10, Carter Bradley, checking in for the first time as Boyd takes it in, hits the front of the rim, no good. Todd bringing the ball down the floor. Amsler has the ball, a little up and under move. That is no good as Todd almost comes down with the rebound. Nonetheless, doesn't come up with it as Township comes up with that. And that is knocked out there from Boston Todd. Hedgesville basketball, 6:36 left to go here in this first half.
Some of these guys are just so athletic, it's almost too athletic for their own good.
Right,
they get to the rim so quick that it kind of it throws off their finish at the rim.
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree. You see Berman now bringing the ball down, kind of giving Corbin a little bit of relief. As now you have Boyd at the top of the key. Micah Green sitting underneath the rim. Berman looking to come off of that screen roll action. You see Boyd lets the three fly, no good. So Hedgesville continue to let them fly, hitting at a really decent clip right now, probably over about 40%, but that one is not good as Todd gets to the rim, and that is good. Todd's first bucket here this evening.
They're more under control that time. I like that Carter Boyd was in that pick and pop action,
yes.
Kind of get Micah Green away from the rim if you can.
Absolutely. I like the look. Just didn't fall right there. Corbin right now almost let another one from 35 fly. Again, this is one of the most confident freshmen I've seen play. And then that little floater's up, just hits the front of the rim, no good, and that's collected there from Thompson. Thompson, he gets it up to Todd. Todd's going to push the ball up the floor. Kind of taking their time as you see Hedgesville kind of go into more of a zone look, a 2-3 action, but it's actually a box and one fronting Micah Green. Rebound there from Major. That's his second. And I like that look from Hedgesville. Play a box one action. Everybody. Oh, little shake and bake action. Gets the ball in the corner. That is no good. Again, if you finish that might have been a da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh, good move there from Amsler up and under, and that is no good. And we have another foul right there. That is going to be on Thompson. I believe that is his second. What about that move down there?
Yeah, Carter Bradley almost touched the earth there. But
you got to stay off them heels, Bradley. You know, if you get on them heels, it makes you really easy to be broke down. At least he didn't fall right there. So he got saved by graces nonetheless. Hedgesville basketball, 22-17. As you see, the scoring has kind of went down a little bit as both these teams kind of get more comfortable in this game.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit more of the bench involved, and defense is kind of figuring each other out.
And there's Todd with another steal. He gets fouled. That's a great foul right there. This wasn't a transition take. He still was in front of him. Now doesn't have two right there. No free throws. That's a great play, a great foul. You know, you don't want to hack, but in that situation, that's probably the best possible outcome.
Yeah. Well, we've slowed things down a bit. Hedgesville sticking in it. Martinsburg not making these same runs they were making very early on, as some guys get rest in and out here. The rotations coming through. Micah Green got about the last minute of the first quarter off, and he's been back in since.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take much more time off this evening. As now, they're back in kind of a man look. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you stay in that box and one principle is that three is up, and that is good by Todd. He's up to 5. Sends the lead 25-17 as we're underneath 5 minutes left to go. Is another turnover right there. That's 11 in the first half for Hedgesville. Layups up, no good, and Todd looked like he was about to punch that home. Steps out of bounds, though. Hedgesville basketball. Again, and Martinsburg just, I know this might not be one of the most talented teams that they've ever had, but in terms of athleticism, that's still there. That's a typical Martinsburg team. They feel extremely comfortable. Outside of Bradley, everybody on this floor right here has got to be top of the line athletes in the area. And Bradley, a tremendous player, a smart basketball player, makes a lot of great plays, and that's why I think he really helps them out in this lineup. We also have another sub. Ansler you have Max Lowe checking into the game for Hedgesville. Corbin gets the ball just up the floor. Looks like he has a little up and under, shoots the three, and that is good. Brock Corbin, 4 threes from the freshman in this first half. Got him up to double figures, 12 points. He has more than half of his Hedgesville Eagles points, and I tell you what, if you're Coach Church, you got to be thrilled to have that and look forward to that for the next 4 years as we have a hold underneath. I wonder if that is going to be on Townsend.
That's his second.
That's Carter Boyd.
This kid's electric. McCabe Corbin, 5'9", 140, 9th grader. He's out here already knocking down 4 threes, over half the team's point. He is single-handedly keeping them in this.
Yeah, I mean, he looking like a splash brother right there. Just letting it fly, not scared at all. And you don't really see that from a kid that's doesn't even have his driver's license yet. Little deflection, out of bounds. That'll stay. Martinsburg basketball is 25-20 as we're almost midway through this second quarter here at the Gilbert B. Miller Center, home of the Hedgesville Eagles. And again, the rivalry has been renewed. They're back and forth. Not necessarily the fullest house I've ever seen between Hedgesville and Martinsburg, but you can see it's very, very, two great fan bases. And we have another foul underneath. And it looks like that is going to be on number 13.
Karan Clark.
Yeah, that was Clark right there with the foul. That's his first foul. Still 2 fouls away from the double bonuses. Micah Green right there just misses the basketball as Corbin comes up with it, collects his second steal as well. As Corbin gets the ball stolen from Todd, that's his third steal. And Todd takes it coast to coast. Now he's up to 7. And that's one thing that Corbin will have to work on. Get a little stronger ball handling, making the right decisions. Anytime I've seen him really get forced left, it's kind of caused him some issues. So, the more games, more reps he gets, and more comfortable he gets with that left hand, I think it'll be a great input for Corbin. As that Major up with the floater. That is good. His first 2 of the evening. Cuts the lead back down to 5 as Todd will bring the ball down the floor. And again, Micah Green kind of a little silent here in the second quarter. Hedgesville doing a good job of, fronting him on the block. But I think if you're Martinsburg, you got to kind of force the issue and get the ball in his hands to Shouse. Yeah. Gets the ball back over to Todd. Todd looking to drive. His little pump fake right there. Doesn't shoot it as Todd looks to drive right at Major. Goes up past him, and that is good. Count the bucket with the foul. 29-22, 3:17 left to go here in this first half. And again, there's laws on both sides. We didn't see any scoring for about 2 minutes, and now we're seeing back-to-back buckets from Martinsburg. We'll see how they want to continue to play, but they're at their best when they're in transition and they're attacking the rim.
Yeah, Boston Todd especially is a heck of a slasher. He made that three-pointer, and I was impressed. It's a good night for him when he's knocking them down from back there as well.
Absolutely.
He can really get to the rim.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely known more as a slasher, but if he's knocking down shots, that makes him extremely dangerous. I know he's a football player, but he is a heck of a talent on the basketball court as well. As Corbin gets that up to Boyd. Boyd attacking the rim right at Micah Green. Micah Green does a great job of being faced up, gets a little block right there. Boyd comes back up with the basketball, gets it back into Corbin's hands, and I'm surprised they're still allowing isolation looks with Corbin. And again, that's kind of that left-handed look. He loses the ball right out of his left hand, and I know his dad, Alan, very well. And actually, Corbin comes to my barbershop, and that was one thing I told him is, hey, man, work on that offhand, that strength in the offhand. And just as a freshman, it's kind of hard. His ability to shoot, it opens up a lot of things for him. But when he gets confident dribbling both of his hands and attacking the hoop, man, he's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's usually stuff that comes later, but he's going to get there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. He's too talented, works too hard not to. That shot is up and no good. Berman has the ball as we're underneath 3 minutes here in this first half. Major gets that up to Corbin. Corbin again, 4 first-half threes, looking to attack the rim. The layup is up, and that is no good, but he gets the foul. He will have 2 attempts at the line with 2:32 left to go. The freshman will get 2 opportunities to kind of chip away at this lead a little bit. And Dylan, we keep talking about Corbin, but I look at Boyd. He's making a lot of great plays. Rose came in and did some good things as well. Major giving great solid minutes off the bench. The only senior that really sees consistent minutes is that free throw is up and good from Corbin. Has him up to 13. But what do you think that Hedgesville needs to do? What is something that they're going to have to adjust to get them back in this game and ultimately be able to win?
I think they got to really get past this press still more often. These guys got to move around a little bit more, take some of the load off of Corbin, try to find these open looks, be smarter about your passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And
try to open up things for Townsend, who had 17 against Washington on Tuesday, mostly from behind the arc. Can you get him open?
Yeah, and I think they have to do a little better of a job of making sure they still front Green, but also defend the shooters. Martinsburg has 3 guys that can shoot at about a 35% clip. It's a good backdoor flex action right there. You see Kamarian Adams, Key Adams getting his first look of the evening here, and Corbin steps into the passing lane, comes up with his 3rd steal now. He's going to take it out and look a little trap action, and that's not where you want the ball. You want to keep that in the middle of the floor, not allowed to pick it up. Berman gets that over the corner to Clark. Back to Berman. Looks like we have a tip right there. Townsend coming up. Thought he was going to punch that one home. Still counts as 2. Cuts it down to a 4-point lead as we're now underneath those mementos here in this first half. And Dylan, again, just the rivalry. It just doesn't matter. Records, throw them all out the window. These 2 teams always going to compete their hardest. You see Boston Todd calling for the high screen. Now gets doubled down here in the corner. Berman comes up with a steal. That's Martinsburg's 5th turnover compared to Hedgesville's 12th here in this first half. And Corbin, he has the basketball at the top of the key. And I really like when they do that dribble handoff series with Corbin, allow him to make some decisions and make plays for others. Townsend gets the ball up. Boyd gets the ball off to Corbin. We see Berman's 3 is up, just hits the front of the rim, and there's another great rebound by Boyd. Boyd's shot is up, and that is no good as Key Adams comes up with the rebound. He's bringing the ball up the floor. And 2 guys that haven't came off the floor for Martinsburg, Todd and Shallis have both played relatively this whole game. I think Shallis might have got 30 seconds, but Todd hasn't had a single minute this whole game.
Shallis pointing down to Micah Green.
Good trap right there. Again, keep the ball high if you're Kamarian. If you're Green, and that 3 is up, and that is no good from Shallis. So he's 1 for 3 on the evening from 3 as we are underneath a minute here in this first half. Hedgesville looking to attack. You got 3-on-1 numbers. Looks like he's going to take the charge right there, and that is a great charge taken from Micah Green, the 6'9", big, 240 pounds. He could have probably sent that back home all the way to Martinsburg if he wanted to. Instead, took a play, got a charge right there. Martinsburg basketball up by 4. This first half.
Kelly Church was about to explode after that call. He had to walk away and look the other direction.
Yeah, you don't really see bigs like that take charges too often. Usually they want to swat everything away. So, to see that, kind of refreshing. I just love to see it. So now, Martinsburg basketball. Todd has the ball. We'll see how they want to attack it. A little 2-for-1 action possibly. As Todd kicks it over the corner. Shallis, Key Adams. Key's first shot is up, and that is no good. Great rebound there from Villa. Gets it back out to Todd. By Staley, that gets deflected, and I think that will be Martinsburg basketball. Did a good job of acting right there. I thought they were going to convince it that was going to be Hedgesville ball, but nonetheless, still Martinsburg ball. 26 seconds left to go, and now, if you don't score off this, baseline out of bounds, I think you might want to try to take the last shot and go to halftime with a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So Shallis gets the ball back. Again, Micah Green getting a well-deserved rest. Hedgesville did a great job, though, on him in this second quarter, not keeping him scoreless after he put up 8 first-quarter points. It's tied. He's going to hold for the last shot. You know, I like to go about 8 so you get a chance at a rebound, too, and now taking a little bit too much time. There it is. You got Keys going to let the 3 fly. The sophomore's up, and that is no good. Major comes up the rebound. 3, 2, 1. See if Corbin's going to get 3 up. Is it good? I thought it was going to fall. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of your first half, where the Martinsburg Bulldogs are up 30-26 against the Hedgesville Eagles. We're going to take a little commercial break before we come back for the halftime show. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 WRNR Talk Radio.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. TV10 Talk Radio WRNR. Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop here, and give our halftime thoughts. Is brought to you by Manson Ferretti Law Firm. Manson Ferretti Law Firm is in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com for any of your information that is needed. And I look at this first half, and you look at McCabe Corbin, 14 big points, 4 threes. He has over half of Hedgesville's points. He's keeping them in the game, but Martinsburg forcing 12 turnovers in that first half. I think if Hedgesville doesn't clean that up, they're not going to come out victorious here tonight.
Yeah, they've needed those 3 balls from McCabe Corbin to be able to stay in this. Like you said, 14 out of 26 points. They're only down by 4. Martinsburg has really given them trouble with that press, forcing all those turnovers you mentioned. And Micah Green down low had a great first quarter. Slowed down in that second quarter. He looked a little winded at the end of that second quarter, so this halftime break will be good for him. I expect a strong third quarter from him. But I'm impressed. Boston tied with a good offensive night, and those turnovers are getting easy offense for them. So Hedgesville is going to have to figure some stuff out to get guys other than Corbin those open looks so they can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, for sure. Again, kind of just follow up on that. Micah Green, he's kind of been the first and the third quarter guy. The next part of his development, to really take him to the next level as a Division I type talent, is to put a full game together. He scored 20 basically 2.5 quarters against Washington. His talent is limitless. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player if he puts it all together. But we're going to take a quick commercial break before we come back with the halftime stats. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2. On average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
10 Talk Radio WRNR, Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop, and to go over the first half stats that are brought to you by the Nereus Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343 or stop by and schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. So when you look at Hedgesville, you obviously have Kate Corbin. He has 14. Hayden Major has 2. Berman has 3. Kyle Rhodes has 1. And you have Carter Boyd with 2. In the follow-up on Martinsburg side, you have Boston Todd with 11, Micah Green with 8, Akeem Thompson with 3, Cody Schaus with 3, and Brandon Amsler with 4 to take them to 30 and 26 respectively. And again, you know, you look at those stats, 2 guys for Martinsburg and really 2 guys for Hedgesville. Really, just McCorbin has been pacing away. I think the other guys, the role players, really need to step up for both sides, and whoever does that will have a really good chance to come back and win this game. But you know, we're going to go take another 2-minute break real quick. Hear a word from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR. Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop, and again, you know, have about a minute 30 before second half is underway. And you look at this game again. We talked about Corbin's impact. Talk about Green and Todd and what they're doing for Martinsburg. You know, the one thing for both sides I look at, again, Hedgesville has to limit the turnovers. They've done a relatively good job of controlling the glass offensively and defensively, but turnovers, you know, that's going to put a thorn in your side every single time. And Martinsburg, you know, they're taking good shots. They're finishing well around the rim, but they're taking their foot off the gas at times. Like the way that they play at times in this first half, they should be up by 20, and nonetheless, they're letting this Hedgesville Eagles team stick around and playing at home. That's really dangerous. If I'm Martinsburg, I'm looking to get the ball early and often inside the green and make them, this Hedgesville team that doesn't have anybody within 4 inches of him, pay.
Yeah, it felt like they didn't go to it enough in that second quarter. They didn't get him enough of those touches. And when he did, it was only about a couple, and he didn't make great passes out of it. The help came from places that he wasn't really, the open guys weren't really in his eyesight. So that's something they can improve on here in the second half.
Yeah, I completely agree. Again, Martinsburg 7 turnovers, Hedgesville 12. So both sides not necessarily playing the cleanest game in terms of efficiency, but Hedgesville, a couple times those turnovers were not even forced. They're just handing the ball away to Martinsburg. Yeah. I know that Martinsburg's press can be daunting, but you look back to Tuesday in the way that Hedgesville attacked Washington's press. They weren't turning the ball over like that. They were making good decisions, getting a lot of extra shots. I know this team lives or dies by the 3, but they were getting a lot better looks. Corbin's 2 of his 4 threes over 30 feet and contested. So, you're not going to win games like that consistently. Those are great shots. Glad that the freshman's hitting them. But if you really want to compete, especially not just against Martinsburg, but the upper half of the EPAC, you're going to have to make a lot of better decisions. So we're about to get the second half underway, and we want to give a shout-out to CMA Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. They're, proud to be the owners of who just care more about you and your vehicles. And also, we want to give a shout out to Power Beck at Metzeroff Law Offices. Call 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today, or visit them online at lawpbm.com. As Boston Tide takes the ball out, second half is now underway. Chalice with the basketball. See elevator screen action, gets over to Amsler. Back to Todd. Todd's looking to drive. Corbin sets up for a charge attempt. Surprisingly, I kind of like the fact that they didn't call anything right there, and now it is going to be Hedgesville basketball anyway. But that was a good take right there from Corbin. I was for sure they were going to call something.
Yeah, I guess the contact looked like it was a little bit of let me fall over after I got hit. But there was contact there, so maybe that's part of the reason.
And you see Coach Rogers already making an adjustment. You have a chaser, no sort of help side principles on Corbin. As Corbin gets the ball to the rim, just comes off of his knee. Ooh. That was 100% off Corbin, but I like that they're letting Hedgesville keep the ball. A little home cooking action right now as Hedgesville will be underneath. And, again, this is where Coach Church really wants to get a lot of good looks right here. Watch underneath on both sides of the block. See if they can create, a little flex action. As you see Townshend comes back underneath. Little mid-range jumper is up, and that is good. Nice. Townshend now up with 2. His first points of the game. 30-28 game as we're just 30 seconds into the second half as Todd looking to drive. Backdoor cut's not there. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson back to Amsler. Amsler gets it back to Todd. Todd at top of the key looking to drive. Townsend on him. Amsler, good spin move action right there. The shot is up, and they're going to call a travel on Martinsburg. Takes them up to 8 turnovers here in this ball game. Hedgesville with 12.
And just kind of a weird spin out of there, and then I think
that pivot foot kind of carried right there. So it will be Hedgesville basketball as Boyd is now bringing the ball up the floor. See how they want to attack this look. Major making the second half start after he didn't start the beginning of the game. You see Martinsburg forcing Corbin to go left every single time as Boyd is attacking Green. Gets it back out to Berman. High pick and roll action. Rejects the screen. Kicks that over in the corner. It's going to be Townsend. His 3 is up, and that is no good. Rebound there from Green. His 9th rebound of the game. 8 points, 9 rebounds respectively. As Amsler pops, and that is good. Amsler with another 3 here this evening. Extends the lead back up to 33-28. Gets the ball to the middle floor. That is Boyd. A little deflection there from Chalice. There's no numbers. I'm going to just take it out. Boyd. Back to Burton. Back to Townsend. Townsend takes it to the rim and just misses the front of the iron. Rebound there from Thompson. He gets it up to Todd. Todd kicks it up to Chalice. Chalice looking to drive the paint. Kicks it out in the corner. Amsler, another 3. Is that good? 2 for $1. No good. Green with his 10th and 11th rebound, respectively. Layup's no good, but he gets fouled. And let's see, maybe he's putting some work on his free throw shooting attempts. They're really costly against Washington the other night. Still finished with 20 points. If he knocks these free throws down consistently, not only would he be the best big in the area, but I think he could be one of the best bigs in the state.
I'm with you there. And it makes it easier when Brayton Amsler, to me, is one of the 2 guys on this Martinsburg team with Cody Chalice that you can't just leave it wide open from 3. And Martinsburg had that chance. Hedgesville let it happen on that last possession. And Amsler was a little bit of a heat check after one makes. He needs to work on the shot selection a little bit, but he's got time for that.
For sure. And the first one is up and no good, but the second one is good from Green. 1 for 2 on the evening. Only 4 free throw attempts from Martinsburg this game, comparable to Hedgesville 6. So let a lot of things go. Kind of similar to a backyard alley, dogfight. Gotta love it. Officials are letting them play for the most part.
Yeah.
Townsend, he has the ball. A little banana cut action from Corbin. Gets it back to Boyd. Berman has the ball. Coming off Boyd's high pick and roll. Berman letting it fly, and that is no good. Rebounded there from Todd. He's up to 6 rebounds now. 10.6 rebounds from Todd. Amsler stuck in the corner right now with Berman on Johnson to the rim. Floaters up, and that is good. Tough take there from Amsler. Gets him up to 7 points. About 5:30 left to go here in this third quarter, as Berman is now bringing the ball at the floor. He gets at the Major. Todd all over him. A little strip right there. That wasn't a foul with the hands, ladies and gentlemen. That's a body foul right there, unfortunately. You got him with his legs. Little push right there. Great hands, though. I mean, that was instinctual, man. He was able to poke that away. Great call there from the officials. That is Todd's second foul, first team foul of the second half. Major gets the ball in from Berman. Little isolation action with Chalice on him. He gets that over to Boyd. Micah Green sitting behind the three-point line. Gets it back to Townsend. You see a lot of off-ball movement from this Eagles team. Try to get some looks underneath the rim as you see that backdoor cut right there from Major. That shot is blocked by Todd. 3 steals and 2 blocks from Todd this evening. He's just doing it all. Double digits, 6 rebounds too. He's doing a little bit of everything. Is that runner's up and no good. It's too much peanut butter, not enough jelly on that take. As we have a foul right there. And that is going to be on Akeem Thompson. That is going to be his third. So that's going to be interesting. As you see, they bring in Stanley now.
I liked the action that Hedgesville got to on that end of the floor that ended in the Todd block. They had Boyd up top working, kind of looking for a pass to make, which brought Micah Green away from the rim, and they made a pass inside. But the athleticism of Boston Todd is really what's showing through.
Yeah, you see that UCLA action. Coach Church always loves that. It's kind of hard to guard, conceptual type offense, make a lot of plays out of it. And they made a good read right there, just was blocked. Great play by Todd. You see Boyd has the ball, goes into a dribble handoff to a screen action, back to Corbin. Corbin stuck up there at the top of the key. Gets it back to Boyd. Isolation with Green on him. And you see Green's really not, he's standing straight up and down. If you can attack him and get him off the dribble, and no fouls this game whatsoever. As you see Townsend, great pass there from Corbin. His 3 is up, and that is no good. So Hedgesville hot in the first half now, 1 for 4 from 3 as Green picks up his 12th rebound. Todd brings the ball to the floor, keeping Akeem Thompson in the game with 3 fouls. Coach Rogers trusting his small forward to make no mistakes. As you see Hedgesville in a 2-3 type look, more of a matchup. As Major goes down, gets it to Green. Green's layup is up and no good. So Green been stuck at 8 points now.
He's got to hit that one.
Low scoring drought since about 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. As you see Townsend gets it to Corbin. Corbin's shot is up, and that is good. Freshman is now up to 16 points with opportunity to make it 17. Cut this lead back down to 36-31 as we're a little bit over halfway through the third quarter. And it was really quiet early on in the second half, but now had an almost assist right there. Great play. Gets the and one. Let's see if that gets Corbin started here in the second half.
Yeah, Corbin filled the lane really well there and stayed on the side, stayed in between Chalice and the basket so that pass could be made to him, and he just got hit from behind for the N1.
Big minutes here from Rhodes right now, giving Boyd a quick break, and that's where Micah Green kind of dominated early on that first half. Made Hedgesville pay for not having anybody in the help line to kind of help double that, because every time he touches the ball, Hedgesville needs to double immediately and play scramble and chase the chaser. But nonetheless, Todd's bringing the ball down the floor. 3:33 left to go in this third quarter. Great cross-court pass to Stanley. That is not good. And now Martinsburg is up to 10 turnovers. Hedgesville, no turnovers this half so far. Playing a lot cleaner compared to that first half.
Amsler just put too much stink on it. Tried to do that soccer throw in over his head and just way too strong over the head of Stanley.
Maybe hitting the weight room just a little too much.
Yeah, there was the gravity of Micah Green there that had him open, but couldn't make the pass.
Berman gets it. Corbin sees it. There isn't a shot that he doesn't like, just off the back of the rim. Corbin's missed his last 3 threes after making 4 of his first 5. And there's going to be a foul right there. Looks like they're calling that on the floor. So that won't be 2 free throws, only Hedgesville's second team foul.
I think Amsler kind of got out of control, and as he was falling down, turned and was trying to make a pass out of it. So that ends up turning what could have been a shooting foul on the floor.
And great play, way to defend the front of the rim. Rhodes, a great backdoor cut from Stanley. And a little bit of contact right there. Tipped the ball, though. Hedgesville, great defensive play. Kind of gave up almost 2 straight layups right there. Nonetheless, recovered well. Now they're back down the floor. Dribble handoff between Berman and Major. Major gives it back to Berman. Now I got Major back with the basketball again. Rhodes on the corner. I think it's a little different look, too, because Rhodes has the ability to knock down shots as he's able to take Green out to paint, a little up and under finish on the left side for Townsend. Gets him up to 4 now, his second bucket of the game. 1 possession game here, getting late in the third quarter as Todd has the ball at the top of the key. You see Hedgesville really in kind of this matchup zone type look. Now back to a man type look as well. Amsler kicks it over, and back-to-back turnovers from Amsler. Gives Hedgesville back to basketball with the opportunity to tie or cut it to a 1-point game. Hey, if you're Hedgesville, the way that the first half started with those 12 turnovers, you're lucky to even still be in the game. Now, the fact that they are withstanding that and now really cleaned it up here in this second half, hey, they got to feel very confident about the outcome of this game. As Corbin, the one dribble and go, going to take it to the rim. The floater is up, and that is no good. Brought down now by Green. Green's 14th rebound of the game is Todd looking to attack. Gets to the rim. As far as the contact, and that is good. Todd's first bucket here of the second half takes him up to 12. Also has 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. The Swiss Army knife is doing it all here for the Bulldogs this evening. See if he can take this lead up to 6. 2:11 left to go in this third quarter.
A great play by Todd. I do want to give some credit to Coach Church here. I love when a coach throws different defensive looks out throughout the course of a game.
Right.
It's not just a football defensive coordinator that can throw, quarters, Tampa 2, throw a blitz, cover 0, cover 2 man. Like, you can do that in basketball too. Sometimes you throw zone at him for a few minutes, then go back to man, go full court press. It really can throw off an offense. So we don't know what they're doing on any given possession.
Yeah, Micah Green's had a couple good looks down here in this second half, but just hasn't converted them. He's made 1 free throw attempt, has him at 9 points right now. As Martinsburg still staying in that press, which Hedgesville is really kind of combated now. 5-point game as we're at 2 minutes here in this third quarter. See if we get Rhodes a touch here on the block. Is Corbin 30 feet, isn't scared to let it fly. Good pass there to Rhodes. Rhodes goes up, finishes the bucket, 38-35. Again, I'm still sticking with whoever gets to 51st is going to come out with a win. I'm sticking to my guns on that one.
Hedgesville's offense is looking a little more comfortable in this third quarter, getting Green away from the rim more often, opening up those driving lanes. Yeah,
Corbin's turning more of a facilitator as Todd takes it up. A little bit of contact right there. Officials didn't call it as Thompson comes down with the offensive rebound. Turns the ball over, gives it to Corbin as Corbin's going to settle the troops underneath. 90 seconds left to go in this third quarter. And I tell you, Dylan, we're in for a beauty here in this second half. And I think that was supposed to go to Boyd. Just luckily went to Corbin as we have a foul right there from Stanley. I believe that will be his second. And Corbin's got to be careful right there. He got called in that first half for hooking. That looked like a little bit of a hook action right there. Still love this kid's confidence, though. I mean, he doesn't see a shot that he doesn't like.
No, it's great. You'd rather try to get a guy to do a little less than have to make him do a lot more.
And Stanley with a great block as Key Adams takes the ball up the floor. He gets tipped away, gets it back to Corbin as we're about a minute left to go here in this third period. Action pack, little yank action. Freshman versus sophomore, underclassmen versus underclassmen. Going to have a lot of battles as their careers continue to go. As Corbin sets a back screen right there, gets it to Boyd. Boyd kicks it back to Corbin. See if we get 2-for-1 action as Corbin looks to drive to the rim. It's going to be a carry. And that's one thing. He's getting stronger with his handle. Right there you see he kind of loses a little bit. He gets underneath of it. Correct call right there from the sideline judge. Turnover, Martinsburg basketball. And again, right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm throwing up something. I'm going to set a down screen for Micah Green, allow him to come up, then set a screen for the screener, have him come back, get a post touch on the block. That's how you eliminate the help side and the fronting that Hedgesville is doing. You see they're back in that kind of zone look. Well, 2-3. Key Adams 3 is up, and that is no good. 0 for 4 on the evening. Gets the ball back into Thompson's hand. Thompson's layup is no good. You see Hedgesville out on the run. No numbers to see if they want to slow down, take the last shot as we're underneath 30 seconds here in this third quarter. Corbin with the basketball, rejects the screen, gets it back to Boyd. See the down screen action. Watch the slip here from Corbin. Gets it over to Berman. Berman's going to come off that screen. Rejects it. Kicks it back to corner to Major. Major's not scared to let that fly either. We're underneath 10 seconds left to go. Boyd attacking Green. Takes a one-legged floater. Looks like a little bit like Dirk Nowitzki as we have a 1-point game for 5, 4, 3, 2. Todd's 3 is up and nothing but air. So at the end of 3 quarters, we have Martinsburg 38, Hedgesville 37. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
And welcome back, everyone. TV10, Talk Radio WRNR. Joe Pitzer, Dylan Bishop, in for a classic, 38-37. Old school rivalry. It's been, played, feels like millions of times. Coming down again to the wire. Nothing more than expected. Kind of close to what my score was going to be today. I still had Hedgesville coming out with a win, but right now, the way Martinsburg's playing the first two quarters and how Hedgesville responded here in that third, I just think we're in it for an absolute doozy. A 1-point game going to the fourth quarter. And before we get started with the coverage, we want to say shout out Rock's Local Markets for sponsoring the fourth quarter with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, and friendly. That's Rock's. As Boyd has the ball at the top of the key, the fourth quarter is underway. And as you see, Corbin hasn't missed one single minute. Played all 32 minutes against Washington the other night as well. As Major lets a three fly. Looked like he slipped out his finger a little bit as Corbin gets a tip out. That three's up. Oh, no good. It's actually only his second attempt here in this second half from three. More of a facilitator type role for him, Dylan, as we came into the second half. And it's really actually worked out well for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's smart. If you're going to get more defensive focus on you, it should open things up for your teammates.
Absolutely. You see Green with a rare post touch underneath, the up and under. That is no good.
It's good defense.
And it looks like we're going to have a foul right there. That's going to be on Boyd. I believe that is his second foul. First team foul of the fourth quarter for the Eagles. That's actually his third foul. Ooh. Makes it really interesting.
I didn't think that contact was up.
Foul?
I didn't think that contact was up by the hand. I thought I saw a hand on a ball there, but we are on the other side of the gym.
Yeah, and I didn't look like it was a shooting foul per se, but I guess the officials saw it differently as Thompson's first free throw is up, and that is no good.
I think it's fair to say he was going up for the shot there, but I didn't see the contact.
I guess we're both wrong here, Dylan. It's all
I
good.
guess so.
So only Martinsburg's sixth free throw of the evening. Hedgesville only has 8 themselves, so 14 total free throws from both sides. This is like to see old backyard rivalries. Thompson's second free throw is up. No good. Good block out there from Townsend. And there looks like there's going to be another foul right there.
Oh, we've seen
he didn't get a number right there, unfortunately. Todd. That's his third.
The first three quarters, they have been letting them play a good bit, but Martinsburg's avoided the foul trouble, and maybe because it's such a tight game here, the officials are going to get a little tighter as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see that token full court press from the Bulldogs is on as Major has the basketball. Kicks it up to Townsend. Just looks like it was a little too strong, and that is going to be Hedgesville first turnover of the second half after committing 12 in the first half. And we'll do a quick out-of-town score report. Yeah, Musselman trailing Washington right now, 38-31. That's 3:20 left to go in the third quarter. And Jefferson at half is down 35-10 to Spring Mills. That is your EPAC score report from out of town. As Todd is bringing the basketball up the floor. 7-11 left to go in this ball game. 1-point game, Dylan. This is what you expect out of this rivalry. Again, throw the records out the book. 3-7 doesn't matter. Both these teams just want to get their first conference victory of the evening tonight. As Amsler gets to the Green. Green catches the ball at the elbow. Looking to drive. Face up, and that bucket is good. Green's first bucket of the second half gets him up to 11. Also has 15 rebounds, so Green with another big double-double here tonight. Extends the lead out to 3. Makes a free throw, can make it 2 possessions, but just underneath 7 minutes left to go in this ball game.
That was the thing that Martinsburg absolutely had to do better in this fourth quarter, is get the ball into the hands of Micah Green. And you see the double didn't quite come there the way they could get it out of his hands, and he finally was able to just use his height and his strength.
And Green makes 2 free throws in a row, completes the old-fashioned three-point play, as Martinsburg now up 41-37, and I think it's still true. Whoever gets to 50 first, Dylan, probably is going to come out victorious tonight. But, you saw Martinsburg put up 22 in that first quarter, having scored 20 the rest of the game. So it's, Hedgesville's done a great job of limiting them offensively as we have a reach-around foul on Todd, and that's huge. That puts him up to 4. So decision time from Coach Dave Rogers is, I would trust in this situation to keep Todd in the game. But at the same sense, he gets a foul before you get to about the 3-minute mark. Changes a lot of things. So
Stanley's coming in for him.
Yeah, Stanley. And Stanley's given some great minutes off the bench tonight. A plug-and-play type piece. Really goes out there, smart basketball player. I'd say probably has the highest basketball IQ on this team. Literally, you can play him 1 through 4 on the floor because of his strength and versatility. And you see now he's guarding Corbin. Corbin comes off the screen and has big Micah Green guard him. Leaves Rhodes underneath on the baseline. That did touch out of bounds. The officials must have not saw it. Gets it back to Rhodes. Rhodes' layup is up, and that is good. Rhodes now up to 3 points here this evening. 2-point game is we're underneath 6:30 left to go in this ball game. Get the ball back to Amsler. Amsler takes the ball to the rim. He gets fouled there by Berman.
That feels like another ticky-tack foul there after 3 quarters of letting these guys play. I don't like when the officiating.
It's a foul. That's a foul, but it comparable to the first 3 quarters.
I don't like when it's not consistent through the 4 quarters. It's one thing to let them play or to call it tight. Just do the same thing for the whole game.
Completely agree. As you see, Thompson gets it down to Green. Big fourth quarter time for Green. And it looks like, going to be a charge. Yep, just dip that shoulder just a little bit. Guys out Rose, he definitely sold that because I don't necessarily think that was the most obscure offensive foul. It didn't look like he swung the elbow. Just dipped the shoulder just a little bit.
He probably could have fought through it and not fallen to the ground. But, hey, if you get that bump from a big guy like that, just let that momentum just kind of carry you to the ground and get the call.
6'9", 240 is a lot of weight to have to deal with.
It is.
I mean, I'm 6 foot 240, so it must be a little bit different. As we see Townsend with the ball right now. Rhodes calling for it underneath the rim. He's got a slip right there from Boyd. Just beats Micah Green. As Townsend goes up. The floater is up, and that is no good. Good rebound there from Salas, who's been relatively quiet. Lead scorer from Martinsburg this year. Only has 3 points this evening. As Salas gets the ball to the corner. Amsler's 3 is up. Corner 3, and that is no good. Corbin comes down with the rebound. Only his second of the game, doing a lot of different things. Unfortunately, I'm not keeping track of assists, as we have a foul there from Amsler. And Amsler, that will be his 3rd.
Is that the 4th there? They already put that?
Yeah, that's the 4th. So every foul after for the next 5.5 minutes, Hedgesville will be at the free throw line. And, Martinsburg only needs 2 more fouls, or Hedgesville only has 2 more team fouls, too, before it's double bonus both sides. So I guess they wanted to call it a little bit tighter this 4th quarter, so there'll be a lot of free throws. Points while the clock is stopped. You got to love it. 2-point game. Just over 5 minutes left to go here as Boyd takes the handoff, gets fouled right there by Green.
And I'm sure another part of this is that as we go on, these guys are getting tired. We're in the 4th quarter. It's harder to play that defense without fouling. That's another part of this, not just the officiating.
Well, Amsler picks up his 4th, so now we have Todd and Amsler, 2 big-time players defensively and offensively. That we have 4 fouls, so if you're Hedgesville, you got to continue to attack as Boyd. First free throw is up, and that is good. And it looks like we're going to take a timeout of our own, just a 30-second timeout by Coach Dave Rogers of Martinsburg. Thank you for tuning in and watching Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
And welcome back, everyone. TV 10, Talk Radio WRNR, Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop. 41-40 ball game, just underneath 5 minutes here to go, with Boyd still having 1 free throw at the line. Opportunity to tie the game up, and Dylan, again, coming right down to the wire. Calling a little bit tighter this 4th quarter compared to the first 3 quarters. Like Colin said just a couple seconds ago, I don't think there's been 8 fouls called this whole game. Already 8 here, and we're not even halfway through the 4th quarter.
Yeah, even with the way that these first couple minutes of the 4th quarter have gone, this game started around 7:30. It's only 8:39 p.m. right now. Like the first 3 quarters of this game went by really fast. But I will say, I'll give the officials some credit. I think a lot of these fouls that they have called in this 4th quarter have been fouls. It's just it felt like some of them they were letting it go for the first 3 quarters. But, hey, now a lot of these things, the game can be decided in these last few minutes, a call one way or the other.
Right.
Yeah, so you really got to play by the book in this fourth quarter when the game is on the line.
Yeah, I look at his game adjustments. His Boyd's second free throw is good, so we have a tie game of 41 all. Martinsburg, again, forcing 12 turnovers the first half. Coach Church made some adjustments, limit those turnovers. Only won this whole second half as well. And Martinsburg comes out with 22 points in that first quarter. Now only has 19 over the last 2.5 quarters. So both sides making some great adjustments. Coach Rogers, Coach Church, two of the greatest in not only the state but in the country in terms of high school basketball. Again, we're in for a doozy. This last 5 minutes left is Key Adams taking the ball out. Big Micah Green asking for the ball. Close to being a backcourt right there, but Thompson holds it up. We have a little bit of foul trouble just on Martinsburg's side. You have Amsler and Todd both with 4. So I wonder if Coach Church during that timeout said, hey, if one of those guys are guarding you, just consistently attack him. As Key Adams looking to attack the baseline. Good spin move right there. And that is good. The sophomore gets his first bucket of the game. Started out 0 for 4. Huge bucket right there to put Martinsburg back in the lead.
We've seen Key Adams kind of be the star player on JV.
Right.
A lot of times when we come here setting up before varsity, and he's showing some really good potential here coming off the bench.
Gets a good deflection right there, too. Thought Micah Green might come up with that. Doesn't quite happen. Hedgesville basketball. 4:30 as you have another 3 right there from Townsend, and the first lead of the game for the Eagles at 44-43 as we're getting close to the halfway mark of this fourth quarter as Key Adams playing big minutes right now with Todd off the floor. Shouse comes off the elevator screen. Thompson rejects it, gives it back to Key Adams in the corner. One-on-one spin move right there. Gets stuck in the corner. Stanley with the basketball. Now you have the ball back to Thompson. Little zone look from the Eagles as we have a foul right there. So still 1 foul, last foul to give, but that is going to be on Boyd, and that is going to be his 4th foul. So now Hedgesville dealing with a little bit of foul troubles of their own. And you also got to look at this game doesn't end in regulation. Some of these guys might be fouling out if we have to go to extra time.
Absolutely. Now, Rhodes and Boyd out there at the same time has been good for Hedgesville, but bringing Major, he's been good off the bench.
For sure, absolutely. Just sacrificing size for a little bit better shooting. And I look at Major, he plays really good defense too. One of the most skilled but underutilized guards in the league, I personally believe. Does a little bit of everything for these Eagles. You see Townsend with the basketball. They're still in the lead as we're underneath 3:40 here to go as Corbin with the ball. Rhodes on the curl cut. Corbin just missed him and got away with another carry right there. You got to be a little bit more confident with the basketball if you're McCabe Corbin. As Berman gets it over to Major. Major kicks at a corner. We have 2 for $1 here from Townsend, and that is no good as Micah Green kicks that out. And that's going. Oh wow. I think that might change possession right there because I'm pretty sure Micah Green knocked that out of bounds, but it might be a get-back call because I think Hedgesville got one of those early on. As we see, I thought Corbin might be getting a break right here. Of course not. They're keeping the freshman in, and the freshman might not come out again until after his senior year is over.
He might not. They need him out here, whether it's to just draw attention from the defense or score himself.
Yeah, he's been face guarded all 94 feet this whole second half. As Todd back into the game with those 4 fouls. Slips on the floor right there, kicks it over to Adams. Adams 3 is up, and that is no good. Started a little bit from the 3-point line tonight. Just misses some of these shots, too. Not bad misses. Is
Green, though.
Green, big bucket right there. Allows Martinsburg to retake the lead.
Got the offensive board and put it back up. Double never came.
And this fourth quarter is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers. These lawyers have been representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Injured in an accident, go to SkinnerWins.com for more information. As Corbin attacks the rim, the lefty layup is no good. Like I said, just a little bit too much jelly, not enough peanut butter there. Hits off the front of the rim as Martinsburg, with 2:30 left to go, holding on to a 1-point lead, and both these sides are looking for their first win in conference to build some confidence. As February just right around the corner. Right after February, that's March. As Key Adams has the basketball, playing extended minutes here in this second half. As Amsler dealing with some foul trouble, but you see he's back into the game as well. So this is probably going to be the closing lineup for the Bulldogs. And they're not going to settle for a good shot. They're going to try to take a great shot right here. Hedgesville is going to have to try to force a turnover. And it looks like that's going to be a charge. Oh, a block. And now you're going to have 2 free throws at the line for Thompson with 2:06 left. Thompson just missed 2 free throws early on, but now we are in a double bonus, both sides the rest of the way, Dylan.
Yeah, he kind of, it's almost hit him with the ball in a way. We're about to see the replay here from Colin. And, I guess he wasn't in the right position to get the charge in the end.
He slid his feet just a little bit towards the end right there. And Thompson 0 for 2 from the line this evening. See if he can make his first attempt, and that is no good. So now Thompson 0 for 3. Played some really great defense tonight. He has about 3 steals as well, 4 rebounds. So, I mean, he's been doing a lot of little things, but if he can, Martinsburg, again, one of their Achilles' heels, Dylan, has been free throw shooting. It really costed them, and 2 of their losses, not only against Washington, but against Jefferson as well, as 0 for 4. But you see Boston Todd, the athlete, coming up with his 10th rebound. Now you got 2 guys, Green and Todd, both with double-doubles as we're underneath 2 minutes left to go. And now you get the ball inside to Green. You see the double right there. Somebody's got to be open. It's Todd's wide open from the top of the key. That 3 is good. Bang. That's a tough shot there from Todd. Kind of a backbreaker. Now takes it up to 2 possessions. Up 48-44. And Hedgesville going to have to move with a purpose. Don't have to play too fast. Still a lot of time. But you got to play with some intensity and with a purpose right here. As Boyd with the basketball. Great look right there. I think he should have shot that first one. That 3 is up, and that is no good. Big-time defensive possession right there, and big rebound from Key Adams as he's going to drive. The floater's up, and that is good. Extends the lead up to 6 as we're underneath 120 here in this fourth quarter. Hedgesville got to score in a hurry.
How about that? How about the call from Coach Rogers to close things out with Key Adams instead of Cody Chalice? And it's worked out.
I think with the matchups, too, and the way that Key's been able to play, maybe not offensively, but defensively, has just missed a slip right there. But Hedgesville, they got to make up some time and some possessions. Great job on Corbin here in the second half, too, as Rhodes is wide open, loses the ball right there, still on the ground. You got 2 guys on the floor, and we got a timeout from Coach Church. Great timeout. There's 1 underneath a minute left to go. Still just a 2-possession game. Got a little chippiness from the freshman. That's what you like to see. But while we have a timeout on the floor, we're going to take a timeout of our own. Here a word from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to TV10, Talk Radio WRNR.
Ice baths, polar plunges. What's wrong with you people? It's your old pal Cody from Cody's Auto Body. Newsflash, it's winter. Whether it's for a health craze or to raise money for the ladies' auxiliary, it seems people out there think it's a good idea to go outside, strip down, and pretend to be a polar bear or a penguin. What happened to sitting beside the fire, drinking, and adding on a few pounds to keep insulated until spring? Call me crazy, but how about we try not getting naked outside for a few months? Stay warm, stay safe on the road. As always, that's Cody's with the T for trust.
And welcome back, everyone. TV10, Talk Radio WRNR. Again, Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop. All-time classic here this evening. 50-44 game. Just underneath a minute left. Martinsburg's on an 8-0 run right now. They were down, with about 2.5 minutes left to go. Really took a lot of control. And like you said, Dylan, how about the overall tenacity and just the grit of Key Adams? He started out 0 for 4, made 2 clutch buckets, really big floater right there, too, and a couple of defensive stops, rebounds, steals. I mean, the kind of Sid Chalice, who's your leading scorer right now, in favor of a sophomore who really relatively doesn't get a bunch of time on this varsity team. I mean, that just takes a lot of willpower. And it looked like, Marcellus Basie kind of made that decision, but, Coach Dave Rogers had to go through it, and I think that might be what made the difference here this evening.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you have a lot of good coaches on your staff, and it's worked out. Like Key Adams, he's a little bit longer. He's a little bit more athletic. He's going to be more defensive-minded than Chalice.
Right.
I think that's what they liked here to close things out. When points come into premium, you want to make sure that stays the case.
For sure, and Hedgesville kind of down to some of their last lives right here. Important possession. Definitely need 2, with 3 would be great. And also, quick out-of-town score update. Washington's up 52-45 with 6:30 left to go in that ball game. You see Townsend looking to kick. Just looks like a charge right there, and that's a great take from Amsler. Really, really bold, being down to you have 4 fouls right there.
Yeah.
And if you get called a block, that's 2 free throws. So great play, way to be set right there. Big foul, and again, that's Townsend's 5th foul, so he is out of the game. And usually you see a bucket get you a dagger, but that charge right there. When you look at the time and amount of possessions that it's going to take, it's going to be really difficult for Hedgesville to come back and win this game. It's still just a 2-possession game. They can force a quick steal, and Martinsburg doesn't make free throws. And right now, Hedgesville shouldn't have the ability to talk on the floor unless they call a timeout. Wow, they've really just allowed Coach Church to talk to his guys right now, which I love. That's gamemanship right there, but. Technically they should be giving the ball to Martinsburg right here, to Thompson, and not wait for that. But, again, great game from Townsend. He finished with 9 points.
Oh. I guess Townsend fouling out gave him the opportunity, But,
And see Adams with the basketball. And, right now I'm looking to foul relatively quickly if it's not in Amsler or Todd's hands. He kind of missed the mark right there. Keys missed a couple. If Micah Green gets it, you definitely have to foul. But right now, Hedgesville just has to extend the game, Dylan.
Martinsburg, let's see, they're going to keep Chalice on the bench. This might be a place where you might think about it and have maybe your better shooter out there, but they're going to roll with Adams, what's been working here at the end. And Martinsburg has a lot of those players. Todd makes the first free throw, who have struggled, whether it's shooting in general, and that struggle has extended to the free throw line, for sure. So Todd, though, coming up clutch with the first one.
Yeah, and I'd have to say right now, Todd is probably my player of the game. I mean, you have Key Adams, the second half would be the player of the game if he played both halves. And, Micah Green's had huge moments, big-time buckets, a couple big blocks and steals. There's another huge block right there. Swats it off the glass. Hedgesville scores a bucket. Coach Church was going to use all those timeouts to talk to his guys. Cuts it to a 5-point game with just 30 seconds left. We're going to take a quick timeout of our own. Hear a word from our sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
And welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in for this huge ball game, another rendition of the rivalry between Martinsburg and Hedgesville here at the Gilbert B. Miller Center. About 20 seconds left to go in this full timeout. Martinsburg in the lead, 51-46, with just over 30 seconds left to go. So Hedgesville either has to get a turnover right here, Dylan, or commit a quick foul and to just try to extend this game. But if you're Martinsburg, this is a free throw game for you now. It's another opportunity to close the game out with free throws. To see if you learn from the Jefferson game and from the Washington game to really close this team out. And you can't leave the door open for this Hedgesville Eagles team and how confident they are for shooting from three. Still a lot of time left.
So Cody Chalice is back out on the floor here in place of who sat down? Stanley?
Yeah, Stanley set.
Yeah.
Free throw right now. I'm surprised they kept Green in the game. It might have kept Stanley in the game. Nonetheless, great defense right there. 3, 4. Oh, that was really close to 5. As you don't want to foul right there. But see, that's where you want to foul. You want to foul Key Adams. And he's going to go to the rim. And Micah Green, big-time bucket. That's a dagger. Green, again, another candidate. Had 14 points, 18 rebounds, and a steal from Adams to seal the deal. Boston Tide goes up for the layup, and that is good. And what a complete comeback here. Being down by 1 with 2:30, with an opportunity to really send this lead 56-46. Hey, with 11 seconds left to go, terrific contest. Hedgesville really played extremely well, and they got to be happy with their effort. But Martinsburg close it out. Got to feel good for Coach Rogers and his staff, and they're going to take their final timeout. And with that being the timeout, we're going to take one more of our own. Here you're watching Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
And again, welcome back, everyone. Talk Radio WRNR, TV10. Martinsburg in the lead, 55-46 with 11 seconds left to go. We're taking an absolute miracle as Todd will have one more shot at the line. If he makes this, it's definitely over. 3 possessions in 11 seconds. I don't see Reggie Miller showing up anywhere anytime soon. But again, I want to give a shout out. McCabe Corbin played extremely great first half. Had 14 first half points. Only has 17 total. So Martinsburg did a great job of halftime adjustments of really limiting him. Even though he was more of a facilitator role, it really slowed down this Hedgesville offense. As you see, Major comes up the rebound. We're underneath 10. Let's see if he's going to take a quick 3. He's going to go to the rim. Kicks it out there. Berman's 3 is up, and that is no good as Green comes up the rebound. 3, 2, and I love the gamesmanship. The foul. See, Micah Green can get up to his 17th and 18th point respectively. But Todd, huge game for him. Had 14 points. Nakeem Thompson, maybe not the Gaunty numbers offensively, did a lot of great things. Same thing with, you look at Amsler, who did a lot of great things too. I just really impressed with how this Martinsburg team battled. A tough road game. Anytime you win in Hedgesville, that's a hard thing to do, regardless of who they have on the floor. This environment's tough to win at. As Green has now made 3 free throws in a row. Got to be good for his confidence.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with Kearian Adams.
Yes.
He, in this fourth quarter, that steal, saving it from going out of bounds, the throw kind of behind his back twisting to get that to Boston Todd, and the finish through the contact by him. What a finish by the Bulldogs.
For sure, and Micah Green now making 4 free throws in a row to end the game. And now we have a final score of 57-46, and we're going to take a quick commercial break before we come back, do our play of the game, thoughts of the game, and go over overall stats. Thank you for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Dig her grave, John Gilstrap wrote about us again. Calm down, big guy. He wrote about us stopping the FBI from killing its contractors. The book's called Scorched Earth. Everything about the American Jihad is in it, even the airborne attack on the campers. Gilstrap knows better than to reveal secrets like that. I'll talk to him. The book's done. People can pre-order it. We're toast when they find out what we did.
Scorched Earth by John Gilstrap. Order your copy today.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the postgame show and postgame stats. These are brought to you by Palace Lounge and Burke Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Palace Lounge, located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, offering a full lunch and dinner menu along with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu at Palace Lounge Facebook page at facebook.com. And also Burke Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. You know, they're big. They play hardball. Visit burkeandschultz.com for more information. And, you know, you look at this game, Martinsburg did a great job in the second half. 22 first quarter points, only scored 19 through the 2.5 quarters after that, and really in that fourth quarter exploded. Final score 57-46. And you break down the numbers, Todd, he has 15. Micah Green has 17. Akeem Thompson, he had 5. You have Shalis with 3. Key Adams, he had 4. You had Stanley with 2. And then, again, no Kamar Green tonight, though. That was another big win without having him out there. Huge atmosphere. And you look at McCabe Corbin, he finished the game with 17. Major had 2. Drew Berman had 3. Brendan Townsend had 7. Kai Rhodes had 3. Carter Boyd had 5. And that will round out their 46. The 57 game. And again, the player of the game, and that is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Jefferson Medical Centers, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And that is Boston Todd, tremendous.
I'm with you.
Yeah, tremendous output. Again, Micah Green really made a case for himself at the end. Key Adams, second half player of the game for sure. But the WVU Medicine player of the game, big time win for Martinsburg. Boston Todd really led the way, scoring from 3, getting to the rim, hitting his free throws, hitting steals, blocks. You name it, Dylan. He just did it all.
Yeah, it was a great night for him. When he's knocking down shots from outside, it makes things really tough because then you got to come out and close out hard on that, and he can just get to the rim really well. Had a couple errant passes early on and some shots that was a little out of control on his drive, but he adjusted early and came through with that huge and one at the end, and he was kind of just the steady hand when it came to ball handling tonight. Nykeem Thompson in there as well to make sure that they weren't turning the ball over. But Martinsburg just had a little bit of that extra firepower tonight, but I think partially that was from their defense. It was hard. These teams both kind of, a lot of their offense runs through just a handful of guys, but Martinsburg just has really good athletes on that defensive end, and when they don't get themselves into foul trouble, when they're not overly aggressive on that end, they have success like this. And working through Micah Green. He had some quiet portions of the night, but still came through with a lot of points in the end and just a lot of attention on the defense. So in the end, Martinsburg just had a little extra firepower to where they were able to close things out in the fourth quarter.
And if you're Coach Rogers, too, I mean, you got to take in solace. No Kamar Green. Your leading scorer only finishes with 3 tonight. And you pretty much started a JV guy, essentially, Key Adams, in the second half, who really had to earn himself some minutes in the plays that he made. A couple big steals, rebounds, a couple big buckets, too. Great game by Key Adams. And, we want to give Floor Pools for the Postgame Scoreboard Show a shout-out. Make every day better by getting to a hot tub, swimming pool, sauna, swim spa, or cold plunges. With locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, all your pool's needs are needed. We can take care of them. And, again, you look at Jefferson, Spring Mills. We don't have an exact score for that right now, but Spring Mills was up by 25 at halftime, probably comfortably won the game. And then right now Washington's up by 7, correct? I think it's
56-49, like about a minute and a half left.
So still a little bit of time, but must have run out of time really for a battle for the third spot in EPAC and the third or fourth spot in the region in general. And as we get closer to February, these in-game matchups against conference opponents are really huge. And now Martinsburg picks up a big-time victory, proving to 4-8. 1-3 in the conference, and Hedgesville falls at 3-8, still winless in the conference. A couple more opportunities for both these sides to really boosting up their record. But again, we want to thank the whole crew for coming out here and taking care of us this evening. Kyler Hyde back at the studio, Colin. We have Dylan. We also have our camera crew. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
Ethan Elliott, Tyler Strine, Rodney Watcher.
Thank you, Rodney, too. We love you guys. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to TV10 Talk Radio WRNR. Drew Pitzer, Dylan Bishop, and we are out. You guys have a great evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Powered Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys. Cody's Auto Body. The Palace Lounge. Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. The Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. The Berkeley County Health Department. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.